We're live. You are now live. All right. It says difficult. Hey guys! Let's see if I can hear myself. Hey guys! I can hear myself. Let's see if I can hear. Alright, we are here. First episode. Yes. Tuning in. I'm so excited. Let's wait for those to jump on in. I don't know how to see the viewers. It's like a big screen. Okay. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Solution Sundays. I'm Clanisha, owner of Bliss Financial Solutions, where we specialize in credit repair and business consulting. Alright, so each and every Sunday we'll be here at 2 p.m. each and every Sunday to discuss credit tips and business hacks, okay? So this is our first episode. There's more to come, guys. Every Sunday we'll be here to discuss credit hacks and credit tips, business info, etc. Like, let's go. I'm excited. So let's get down to the basics. So how do we find our credit report? Not our credit scores, our credit report. So usually our credit scores are listed on our credit report. So usually we have to pay separately for our credit scores. But if you want to just get a gist of what's actually on your credit report, and I'm talking TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So if you want to know what's on those credit reports, go to annualcreditreport.com. Annualcreditreport.com does not show your scores, in which you will have to pay separately, like I just said. But just to see what's on your credit for inaccuracies and things like that, go to annualcreditreport.com. Okay. So those are different between credit scores and a credit report. All right, so let's get into it. Each credit report has 9 sections, which include personal information, inquiries, public records, etc. A credit report has a collection of things. So it could be negative factors and positive factors. We want to make sure that everything will eventually be positive. So we want to eliminate all those factors that hinder us from getting credit. Okay. Some factors that affects us would be credit utilization. So that's just how we are using our credit utilization, how we are using our how we are using our available credit. So accounts like our credit loans, our credit cards, balances, things like that. So you want to make sure that utilization is low. I always suggest my clients to have a utilization of between 10 and 20%. 30% is always higher. They always suggest 30%, which is like always a ballpark. But we want those scores to change. We want those scores to be the best. We don't want to be mediocre when it comes and say 30%. That's always what everyone goes for. But we want perfect credit. We want to bliss into great credit, like we say, right? So we want to make sure that we are using our utilization is between 10 and 20%. I like 10. I always say 10. So yeah, are there any questions? Hi everybody. Hi. Are there any questions? Okay, none yet, huh? All right. Another factor that can hinder us from our credit report would be like defaulting on a loan. So defaulting on a loan could affect our credit probably after 30 days. So usually accounts do not report on your credit report until after 30 days. So if you're going to be late on a payment, just give them a call and say, hey, let's set up a payment arrangement to avoid any collections. So once we get to collection status, it's kind of hard to negotiate sometimes depending on those accounts. Some can be sold to third parties. Some could just want you to settle it with a percentage of the balance. Some want you to pay the whole balance. So let's just not get into that if we can. Of course, we always have issues or things that happen unexpectedly, which we get to these negative factors. So yeah, most accounts don't report. Most accounts don't report after 30 days. Soft inquiries. Let's talk about soft inquiries. They don't affect your credit. You'll find soft inquiries and hard inquiries on your credit reports. Soft inquiries are when you check your credit. So soft inquiries don't hurt your credit. Hard inquiries affect your credit for about 2 years. So yeah. What else are we talking about? What other credit hacks? Oh, we got some clients. Hi. How do you raise your credit score? Oh, so there's many ways of raising your credit score. You can grab more accounts. So new accounts, positive accounts raises your score. Using your utilization, again, we talked about using your credit effectively and responsibly, right? So those are things that can raise your credit score. Building that history will always raise your score. Continue to make those positive payments will always raise your score. Oh, we got some questions now, honey. What are soft inquiries? Soft inquiries could be when, like I said, when you check your scores. Whenever you check your credit, that'll be considered a soft inquiries. Sometimes some of these accounts, like Discover, they'll put soft inquiries on that, which won't hinder your score. So like jobs, when some jobs do access your credit score and access your credit report just to see if you are responsible with money. Usually if you have like a managerial job where you're in charge of finances or something like that, they try to look at your credit and see if you are responsible with these things. So those could be listed as soft inquiries. These soft inquiries will be on your credit reports. Woo! Y'all coming with the questions. Let's go. What's considered good, decent credit? So typically, a 620 or above will be considered fair credit. So anything less than that, so 420 would be unfair. I would say anything less than a 620 would be considered unfair. So pretty much, I say once you get to a 650 or something like that, that's when you can start getting approvals. You guys are going. Okay. So we talked about negative effects. So another way our credit can be affected negatively would be inaccurate information. So let's say we have the wrong address on there. Let's say we have the wrong job. So everything that we have on our credit should be current. Okay, so past jobs, past addresses, anything outside of 2 years ago should be on your credit. Should not be on your credit. So if you just moved into an apartment, that current address should be that address should be a current address on your credit report. So if you had a house 2 or 3 years ago, 3 years ago, that should not be on your credit. Everything should be current. So those things take into consideration of those negative accounts, right? There's a little gem right there. So I'm gonna say it again just so you guys can hear it, okay? Any negative addresses, any negative, I didn't mean to say negative, any old addresses, any old aliases, any old jobs, any old telephone numbers, those things need to be removed off your credit, okay, because they're not current. So sometimes that's how our collectors keep those things on our credit. So we want to remove those things. Okay. What score is required for home purchase? So that could be, depending on who you go through, they have specific credit scores. But most mortgages and home buyers require you to have a 650 or better. Okay. But I'm sure they'll have, you know, some different requirements. But I say 650 or better for home buying. And they don't want you to have any collections. They want you to be current on most things. So whenever we're ready to get those negative items removed, please feel free to call Bliss Financial Solutions so we can help you all out. But yeah, so Bliss Financial Solutions, my company, like I said, we specialize in credit repair. So with that being said, we help you make sure that you are rebuilding credit. We are big on tips and tricks and tools to help you continue that good credit history. So not only will we help you with disputes, but we also help you with building. So it doesn't stop when some things are removed or things are removed off your credit. So sometimes when things are removed off your credit, your score typically goes down because that credit age, which could be negative or positive, that credit age goes away. So let's just say you had a collection on your credit for 5 years, and that's not right. But I won't go into detail about that. I almost gave you another gem, but we're going to talk about this gem. But typically, if you have a collection on your account for a long time, sometimes it actually helps you because it has a credit age attached to it. So once that credit age is removed, it's kind of like starting from scratch. So your score is going to be lower. So that's why we help you with rebuilding those credit scores and just overall good credit health. All right, do we have any more questions? Okay, we are getting somewhere. So the reason why I started Bliss was because I've always been so credit savvy. Like, I probably only want to pay my credit card down versus like going shopping or something. I've always been credit savvy. So, which I don't know if you guys know that I just got a new car and I didn't have to put down a down payment because my credit was pretty fair. So that's another advantage of having good credit. You can just walk into a dealership and get what you want. So that's what we're gearing towards, having great credit where we could just get what we really want and not just get something that we really don't need, you know, just to get us by. So always try to get credit repair or fix your credit before you need it. All right, so we don't always want to wait to the last minute to get our credit score up. We just want to, you know, practice practice good health when it comes to credit. Like making payments on time. Just working with our collectors, getting new accounts, because once you start living in that good credit era, like there's no going back. You get a lot of perks of having good credit. So a couple perks of having good credit could be rewards. I get rewards all the time for just using my credit card at the stores, at any store. So Walgreens, gas, like you get so many different rewards. Travel, you get so many different rewards and perks for having good credit and using your credit card and using your credit responsibly. Okay, so whenever we have like those delinquents and things like that, that makes it harder for us to get credit, because they think we're risk factors, in which you could probably have lost your job or something, or having a disaster of that nature. That's why we have to work with these collectors and make sure that we are letting them know when we'll be late on payments, so we don't get into collections, things like that. And then if we do get into collections, we have to know our rights and know how we can challenge those things to get better credit. Any more questions? I know I'm probably just rambling and talking, y'all. It's a 1300 score for real though? Okay, that's cool. Well, credit scores range from 0 to 850, okay? So I don't know about no 1300 credit score. But yeah. Yeah, so we trying to get up there to that 850, because once you go from a 400 credit score to a 600 credit score, you'll see such a difference in money. A lot of collectors and people at the dealerships thrive on those who don't have great credit scores. And not all of them. I'm not saying don't go to dealerships, but we want to make sure we get best interest. We want to make sure we have low interest rates, affordable payments, because that's really why we get these cars. We don't. Some of us don't want to cash out on the car, but we want to make sure that we are in great credit, decent credit, so we don't spend a lot of money. And we want all these perks of having having good credit health. Remove these student loans? Okay, Uncle Joe. Okay, Uncle Joe. Remove these student loans. I'm so mad that y'all get y'all student loans removed, possibly, because I paid my student loan off. Now I was like, it ain't gonna help me none. But also Bliss Financial Solutions does work with those who have student loans. Okay, we can help you out with those. Great question. When you pay your car off, does your score go up? Great question. So that's a two-part question. So like I said, the credit age, right? So for me, I had a car for 4 years, almost 5, right? It was almost mine. Okay, so the credit age ended when I paid that car off. So paying accounts off usually affects your credit and helps your credit. Okay, so it'll affect your credit because that credit age ends. So moving forward in 30 days, it's like, okay, we have to there's no more reporting, right? You want to keep those revolving balances. You want to keep those revolving credit. That's what I tell you, to have a credit mix. So once you pay your car off, after a while, your score is just going to stay put until you add another account. So usually you're losing points sometimes because you're not reporting any more of that balance. But it'll help you because that's another account that was positive that you have been paying on, so it looks like you have been responsible with your credit, right? So it can help and hurt, but I guess it'll help your pockets because you won't be having a car note, right? But you just add another account, and then you just keep adding. That's how credit goes. Usually you just got to keep adding, keep building. And if you until whenever you get to a point where you feel like I don't need a lot of credit, or you get to a point where you have enough credit so you don't need any more. And sometimes your score is perfectly where you need it to be. You can get approvals and things like that. So I mean, it's just personal preference on where you want to be. Because some people stop at 650, but I'm not stopping at 650. You know, like I want the more the merrier. So you know, you get a lot of perks when it comes to good credit. So I'm shooting for my 850. I'm almost there, y'all. Let's look at these questions. I hope I answered your question. That was a good question. Great questions, guys. Okay, so any more questions? Pretty soon we're gonna have to wrap this up. Any more questions? Okay, so if you guys are willing or wanting to be a client of Bliss Financial Solutions, feel free to give us a call. Join our website. You can join on the website. You can call us. You can DM me. We have a lot of people ready to start your Bliss journey to great credit. So if you guys want to just ask questions, poke around, feel free to call me. Yes, I do have an 800 number. Yes, it'll go straight to my phone. It's 800-784-1334. So feel free to give us a call. If you have any questions, you want to join, you can join on the website at blissfinancialsolutions.com. We have an Instagram. We're on Facebook. So feel free to give us a call. When you join Bliss Financial Solutions, we not only work on your disputes, but we also work on credit health. So we help with building, rebuilding, just a Bliss journey to great credit. So if you guys have any questions, want to join, ready? We charge $130 a month. That includes your credit monitoring, which you can always have access to a portal where you can see what we're working on, credit hacks, credit tips, things like that throughout your journey. Of course, I'm always available whenever you want have a question. We have a portal for that, or you could just text me. Like when you join Bliss Financial Solutions, you have me to your disposal of anything, any credit advice that you need, any questions throughout the whole process. We get you together. Once again, that phone number is 800-784-1334. Okay, we're gonna head up out of here. Our next, we got one more question. Oh, great question. How long does it take to rebuild credit? So, I mean, honestly, it just depends. It depends on what you have on your credit. It depends on how these creditors respond back. It depends on there's different factors, but I say you can get results in 30 to 45 days. Sometimes it takes a year, sometimes less. It just depends, honestly, but we've been having great results from 30 days to 1 year. So I mean, you didn't hurt your credit in overnight, you know what I'm saying? So rebuilding takes time. You know, you rebuild anything, it takes time, but rebuilding will always enlighten you on mistakes not to make again. So with Bliss Financial Solutions, we do make sure that you're going to stay on that right track once those things start falling off your credit. Okay, so yeah. Can you can you build your credit without getting a credit card? You're gonna have to get a credit. You're gonna have to get a credit card. It's gonna have to. So you have to have a credit mix, right? So you have to have an auto loan, a revolving loan. Sometimes they want you to have a student loan, a mortgage, things like that. So you have to have some type of credit mix, right? So that credit mix makes up of your score. So when you don't get a credit, when you don't have a credit card, you're losing out on points. So you have to have some type of credit on your credit to build those scores. You gotta have a mortgage, you gotta have an auto loan, just certain things you're gonna have to have. That doesn't mean like on your credit card, like if you get a credit card today or tomorrow, you don't have to use all your balance unless you're gonna pay it off within that statement. So another thing, you have two different dates. So you have a statement date and a due date. So usually your due date we're talking about credit cards. So you're gonna make sure you pay your balance on time. That's your first homework to do. Make sure your payments are on time, and then you have to make sure that you don't carry over a balance, because that can help. That can drop your score. But you have to have a credit card to build some credit. It's just a requirement. So you're gonna have to get a credit card. Even if you just get a secure card, for like $200, like I said, that 10%. Don't use no more than $20. I know, like, what in this economy, like, what can you buy for $20, right? But use 10%. Your score is gonna change. You're gonna see once you add those positive accounts, your score is gonna continue to go up. So it's gonna be like, oh, okay, this is how it works. So it's imperative to have some type of credit. You have to have a credit card. You just have to. That just shows lenders how responsible you are when it comes to them lending you money. So for instance, when a car loan, an auto loan, a mortgage, those things will show how responsible you are with credit. So you got to build, y'all. I got to build. So, but it takes time to build those credits. So the credit age is very important. Very important. I've had a credit card for 7 years now. It's like, okay, seeing that on your credit score is like, okay. On your credit report, 7 years for having a credit card. That's pretty cool. So yeah, you gotta build. It takes time. It definitely takes time. Do secure cards count? Yes. Secure cards. So typically we start off with secure cards, right? So that just means that you have to submit payment. So you use your money for your balance. Okay, so let's just say I'm going to get a secure card for $250. That'll be your balance. That'll be your credit limit, right? So like we say, only spend that 10%. And if you're going to spend that full $200, make sure that you are paying that balance back in full, so you don't carry over a balance. Because usually when you carry over a balance, you're using your utilization. And of course we want to keep that down low, right? So you got to get a secure card. Secure card helps. Secure cards, that's our starting point. So secure cards are always where we start from. So then we go to unsecured, things like that. So it never hurts. I always suggest my clients to get secure cards first, because we don't want those denials, right? So we want to make sure we start off with those secure cards, because that's how we get, that's how we show those lenders that we are responsible, right? So we got to start somewhere. Oh, yeah, coming with the questions. I love it. How long do I get to pay off? What? Huh? Due date? Oh, we're talking about due dates. So due dates, we're talking about credit cards. So, like I said, there are 2 dates when it comes to credit cards. You got a statement date and a due date. Typically, our statement dates are after our due dates. So let's just say our credit card is due on the 7th. So our statement date is usually like the 15th. That statement date just means that that's the date that they report to the bureaus. So we pay, make sure, I always suggest my clients to pay on the due date and make sure that there's no balances carrying over. And if you do, you just have to pay it off, right? So eventually you have to pay that off by that statement date. Okay, so that just means all of the all of the history with that month is reporting on that statement date. Okay, so what other questions? Hey guys, hey. Okay, so next time we're going to talk about positive accounts. We're going to talk a couple things about business. We're going to talk about some hacks to start business, things we can do to keep our business going, things like that. So we're going to head out of here. I do appreciate you guys for coming and spending time with me to get these credit hacks. Okay, every Sunday we'll be here at 2 p.m. This was great, guys. This was a great first episode. We're gonna keep these coming. We got one more question. All right, if you were to join my credit repair company, how many payments will you have to make? Is it a forever thing, or once my credit is where it is, will you be done? Great question. Okay, so it is a monthly fee. However, I do have a package where you can pay for 6 months in advance. If you don't want a monthly occurring fee. But it is, my goal is to get you out. Okay, so we don't want to spend time years and years and months in the credit repair company, right? So we want to make sure that you are getting all the tools that you need from start to finish so you can finish, right? So we want to make sure that you are confident in how to move forward with your credit. So when you join Bliss Financial Solutions, we're going to have a consultation of what's on your credit. We're going to talk about things to do while you're in the repair process. We're going to talk about what you can do to boost your scores. We can talk about moving forward with credit health. So how to keep your utilization down, what things to look for when you are going to get more credit, when you're going to get an auto loan, when you're going to get a mortgage, things like that. So we make sure that you are more than confident leaving as for when you came in, right? So yes, everyone makes mistakes. Yes, everyone has things that they want removed off their credit, but we want to make sure this is not a recurring thing, right? So we want to make sure that later on, like 6 months, 5 months, 2 months, anytime in the future, we are practicing good health strategies. So we want to make sure once you join the credit repair process that we are helping you, right? So we always got to start somewhere, and there's no score that we don't take, right? So some of my clients don't have a lot of things on their credit. Some people have a laundry list of things that they've done and want to repair. So I mean, it's not a long process, but however, I say clients stay between 2 months to a year. So it just ranges, like I said. So once we start that process, we'll get some results. And typically, some of my clients are gone in 30 days. Some of my clients have stayed for a year because they've had a lot of things that they wanted to repair. But once you're finished, you're finished. You shouldn't have to come back. You should. That's my goal. We want to bliss to credit, right? Bliss to great credit. So I love that you guys come and have these issues with your credit, but we don't want to see you back. We want to see you excel, right? We want great credit. That's our goal, right? We don't want to make these we don't want high interest rates, like we thrive on getting better credit. So I hope that answered your question, but it's not an overnight process. I will tell you that. Credit repair can take some time, just like it took time to kind of mishandle your credit. So, I mean, it takes time. But you pay $130 a month, which includes your credit monitoring. You will always have access to me. You will always have access to what's been disputed. You will always have access to credit tips. We do follow-ups every week. I send you emails. Like, it's a journey. But you have to start somewhere. I would suggest you start today and not tomorrow when you need your credit. Because in 6 months, your life can change and you can get actually what you want. So, yeah. But I don't promise forever in credit report. In credit repair. Like, we want to get you in and out, baby. We get into great credit, right? And it takes time. But like I said, I've had results in 30 days. I've had results in 60 days. I've had results. It just depends on your collectors. It depends on what you have on your credit. It just depends. But we have success rates. We got some things taken off. We've had things taken off like Charter Communications, Sprint, just to name a few. But we work with you. You won't be left alone. Like some credit repair companies just be like, yeah, something came off today, and that's it. They don't help you with the process. So yeah, guys, it's been real. Today was a great segment. Everything was amazing. I appreciate you guys for coming in and joining Solution Sundays. We will be back here next Sunday at 2 p.m. I say it was a good episode today. Thank you for your questions. Thank you. So we'll be back here next Sunday at 2 p.m. If you guys have any questions, feel free to DM me. Go on our website, Bliss Financial Solutions, to get some insight on our credit repair process. Okay, so we are always available. You can always email me at Clinisha@blissfinancialsolutions.com. You can give me a call at 800-784-1334. I'm going to head out. Thank you guys for tuning in to Solution Sundays. You guys take care. Let's get ready to bliss into great credit. All right. See you soon. Bye.